Hi everyone, this is Vika with Healthy Hustle. Today I wanted to show you some of my plants, my vegetables, if you will. I have a garden right there, but I couldn't just start all the vegetables there because it was kind of cold, so I started some of them inside, just like this. I put seed inside this little thing, and this is what so far grew, right? Um, I have been keeping I have been keeping these little guys under a heated mat so that they're nice warm and get lots of sunlight with a lamp and a cover. And this is cucumber. That was tomato that I showed you. And when it was already hitting the ceiling of that cover that I have, I replanted the I replanted this tomato. It was like this into here. Some of the tomatoes, I put them in the garden, but they are not doing quite well. I'll show you. And I have a watermelon right here. I think this is watermelon. And then also these are jalapenos, and one of them is a regular pepper. And this is my garden so far. I also have broccoli inside. I didn't want to bring it out here because they started in these little boys, and then I replanted them into these. And before replanting them in here, I put them outside briefly, and they just did not like that. All the leaves scrunched up, and I don't even know. And this guy too. Roy said this is overwatered. Uh, Small plants, they're very vulnerable, you know. I always do good with my cucumbers and my tomatoes. Before I show you my garden, there are a few things I wanted to show you inside the house. So let's go inside because these bugs are eating me right now. I can't. Ugh.
I'm going to a wedding this weekend. It is my family friend, and I made her mom this loaf of bread, sourdough. It looks real nice. And then I made her and her husband the small loaf just because I feel like maybe they won't eat it all. So the funny thing is that this is one loaf split in half. So this is this split in half, and they look different, don't they? And this is because I used different techniques when baking these. So this one was the first one, and I was like, okay, it looks flat. I need to do something about it. So I did do something about it, and I like this one a lot more. So I will be giving this one. So, and then what I did was that this one was 25 minutes in the pot, and then I took it out. And I took the lid off, and then I put it back inside without the lid, and then I took it out and I put it by itself in the oven. And this one, I kept it for 20 minutes only instead of 25. So after 20 minutes, I removed the lid, 10 minutes uncovered, and then I put it just by itself for another 5 or 10 minutes. We will still keep this one. I'm sure it tastes great, smells amazing. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share with you my loaves here. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I made chocolate chip sourdough loaf, and I think this tastes so good. This is so good. Squish test. Oh, tastes so good. So much chocolate. Oh, let me show you a piece up close. It's so good. I can't stop. It tastes so good. I added the chocolate during my stretch and folds, and I think it just chocolate everywhere. You know, so good. And it tastes like a dessert. It's so much chocolate. You could literally put candles in here because it's so sweet. This is not savory by any means. And it's not just like, sourdough bread with some chocolate chips. This is legit chocolate bread. And because this bread is sweet, we were not going to be eating it all the time, And so I want to put it away. I want to freeze it. It's best to freeze it when it's fresh like this, because then when you take it out and you put it in the toaster, it'll be like fresh. So I do not want to freeze it tomorrow or the day after that, because it'll be kind of old, so you want to freeze it when it's still fresh. And to freeze it, I'm just going to take 2 pieces, put them on the bottom, and then put parchment paper, and then repeat the process. So parchment paper, piece, parchment paper, piece, parchment paper, piece. And this bag is getting full, so I'm just going to put a piece of parchment paper in here and close this bag up.
And I did the exact same thing with my second bag.
I will close these bags up like so, and I will stick them into my freezer, and then whenever we want a piece, we'll just take it out whenever this weekend, whenever we have the kids or whatever. And then these pieces, I will put them in another Ziploc bag because we will probably eat this today, tomorrow, I'm also going to be grilling chicken tonight on our charcoal grill, and I'm going to make a quick marinade for it. I will put the recipe for this marinade in the description of this video. And I usually grate my garlic, but you can chop it or do however you like to do it. The recipe calls for 5 garlic cloves, but I eyeball everything. I love garlic. I have like these cuts in between, like on the lines of your skin from dry skin. I know you can't really tell, but the garlic is stinging my fingers so bad right now. I'm trying to do it with my left hand. Okay, we have our garlic. Now we need 2 teaspoons of cumin. Now we need 1 teaspoon of paprika. Then we need half a teaspoon of oregano. I'm just going to eyeball it. This looks like half a teaspoon. The recipe also says however many teaspoons of lime juice, but I do like a whole thing. This lime looks like it's gone bad. I'll use it. This lime looks better. Then we need 1 tablespoon of olive oil. I have 2 different olive oils right here, and I use it for 2 different times. The one on the right, the yellow one, it says for frying and baking. So we don't really fry anything like that, but whenever we bake but then this one, it says is good for, this one says good for salad dressing, drizzling on pasta, and marinating or sauteing fish and vegetables. So to me, because I'm only putting a little bit, I feel like this one is better. And then we do 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce. This recipe calls for 2 pounds of chicken, but if I'm putting more chicken, then I can do a splash of more soy sauce, and if I even want more seasonings, I can do that. It's fine. This is what it looks like. I don't put any salt. Soy sauce has enough salt. You can do cocoa aminos if you want. Mix, 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 mix. I have my chicken thighs in the bowl right here, and I'm just going to gradually pour the marinade over. Not going to just dump it because I'm going to mix the chicken as I go because I want it all incorporated in there. You know what I mean? So put a little bit, mix it. And for me, I already feel like it's not that much soy sauce in here because I don't know how much chicken this is. I have no idea, but I feel like this is more than 2 pounds. So I'm going to add just a splash of soy sauce into my marinade. It's fine. Add more. It smells so good. You really have to try it. And I love it because, you know, you have all the ingredients already at home. You have garlic, you have cumin, you have paprika, you have oregano. If you don't have cumin, I used to not really like that stuff. You know, Russian food is very bland, but you grow into it. I don't have that many spices at home, you know, only like the things I use on the regular like that. I don't really try out new recipes that much. And when I do, I try to look for something that I already have. I'm not going to buy a bottle of X or whatever, right? And then just use it for one recipe. I don't really like doing that. So now I'm going to put a lid on it and put this in the fridge until I am ready to grill. And here are my broccolis. I did broccolis last year. They were skinny like this. I don't know what they want. I don't know what they want. I don't know what they need. I know they like cool. I know they don't like hot because second I put them outside, it won't focus. They just scrunched up like this.
It's a little bit later in the day and it's time to start the grill. First I put the charcoal inside the metal bucket, start the fire, and then put the bucket on top of the fire. And I just wait until all the coals get slightly grayish like this, and then I flip the bucket over, split the coals on top, put the rack, and then I scrub the rack with the metal thing, and then I put my chicken on the grill, and before flipping it, I let it cook for 2 minutes, and then I flip it, and I keep flipping it 2 minutes every time because I don't want it to get burnt. The grill is very hot. Sometimes I have vegetables that I can cook, but I didn't have any today. It is what it is. Welcome to my garden.
And here is my garden overall. A lot of empty space right now, but here are my tomatoes that are in my eyes struggling. Maybe I see some new growth. Hopefully they'll be all right. Tomatoes. Here is my radish progress. I love it, and that's peas. I need to make a trellis for it. You can see it's already starting to want something to grab onto. And here is my lettuce.
And before taking the chicken out, I just wanted to make sure that it is 165 degrees or more.
Yummy. And here is my dinner plate. We made steak on the grill the other night, and this is the zucchini left over from that. And I just warmed up some rice and the chicken that I grilled. This looks so yummy. I hope you are eating healthy too.
And there is my cat Sammy running through the yard. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. I'm working really hard on these. And if you like my content in short form, I appreciate that as well. If you want to follow me on Instagram or TikTok, it is at Healthy Hustle Zone. I appreciate so much for you hanging out with me today. I really enjoy building my garden and watching it grow, and I'm so excited to show you more of my garden. I'm so excited to have memories of what my garden is going to look like. But yeah, thanks so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope wherever you are, it is sunshine and warm weather. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.